it must have been a very, very difficult decision to come to last week, but was it inevitable, Claire? What's your mood like? What's the mood with the team like at the moment with the news that it's going to be up for sale?
Do you know, it's funny, I've been getting so many emails almost of condolence from people, and I get that and it's much appreciated, but I'm looking at this from a really positive perspective. This is something that will ensure the future sustainability of our team, and the Williams family has always been about that. We put our team first and we put its success first, and the investment that we're looking for is going to help us achieve that. And so for me, this is a good thing that we're doing, and it shouldn't be looked on in a negative way, in a disappointing way, or anything other than positive. And, the people here understand that, the people at Williams understand it, and I think they're excited. This can potentially give us a very positive future.
Claire, do you still want to be actively involved and still at the front line of the team then, whatever way it goes forward?
Of course I would. This is my passion. It's what I love to do, just as Frank loved to do it. And we've got to go through this process, though. I think it's probably going to take us a few months to get through it. And as our statement said, as part of the strategic review, a number of options are available to us, and we're in complete control of the process. And we've got to go down that road first before we can make any decisions around what the outcome of those conversations will be.
Claire, obviously, we saw that you guys restructured the company earlier this year. Advanced engineering is now, you've reduced your equity in that as well. Very much focusing your resources on the Formula One program. The rocket news, obviously, not very good either. Where are you at in terms of, people want to know, are Williams going to be Williams going into this season? Are they going to be Williams for the rest of this year and into 21? That's a question that the fans at home want to know. And are you able to put a bit more meat on the bone for that?
Of course, and I can totally understand that. We are so lucky with the support that we get around the world from our fans. They are the best fans out there, and I've had so many lovely messages over the weekend from people. I know that even some of our fans are starting crowdfunding pages for us, which is just wonderful, but I can absolutely wholeheartedly promise you that we have a fully funded budget to continue this year's calendar, whatever that calendar may look like. The car will still be a Williams. It'll still be the same people involved in putting that car on the grid on a Sunday. George and Nicholas will still be in it. The only thing that will change will be that we will have a slightly different livery, and we will be giving it, like we would each and every year that we go racing, our absolute all to do the best job that we can. And we're desperate to get back to the racetrack, obviously, as and when it's safe to do so, because as everybody knows, we put in so much work over the past 18 months to turn this team around. And I think we had a pretty good showing in testing. I think that we demonstrated in February that we'd made some changes. We were looking forward to obviously showing that on the racetrack in Australia. So we're really excited about going back racing in July and hopefully giving our fans something to cheer about and then move forward into the future.
And look, we've long said it, Claire, and absolutely all of us want to see a successful Williams that is around for years to come. I wonder, though, there's obviously going to be a strategic review when you get to a position like this. Are there any mistakes, do you think, that the business has made? For example, I know, you didn't really want to go down this route. There has been a U-turn as a result of a lack of funds. But would you say that you should have aligned yourself or could have aligned yourself better with one of the bigger manufacturers as some of the other teams are doing? And it's a different model slightly to yours.
Yeah, there are lots of different models at play in Formula One. And yes, I've been very clear over the years in wanting to retain Williams' independence. And, over the past, probably 12 months, things haven't necessarily gone our way in a number of different ways. But even prior to that, Formula One was a very difficult operating environment. The numbers that teams are spending these days are extraordinarily high, particularly in the top three. And, the technical regulations over the past few years have become ever more complicated, and it has been difficult to keep up with that. And I think actually Williams has done a fantastic job to always bring a healthy racing budget. And just very unfortunately, obviously, certain circumstances over the past handful of months have conspired probably to take us to this point that we find ourselves in today. the coronavirus certainly hasn't helped. We all know that the prize fund monies are going to be considerably depressed. We've had to terminate our partnership with Rocket, which clearly hasn't helped. And then 2 bad years on the racetrack as well. Finishing last in the Constructors' 2 years in a row obviously has a consequence on your income. But as I said at the start of this conversation, this isn't something to look at in a negative way. All teams have to look at bringing in investment. It's nothing new in Formula One, and this will make sure that we protect this future going forward from 2021 and beyond.